guys, Joy Sparkle VS, and I wanted to do this video because I have a lot of people emailing and messaging, and I've had some tweets and different things and in the comments, and I've had some people who are, I guess kind of worried or concerned. I just wanted to do an update video and kind of let you guys know what was going on. I wanted to wait until things had calmed down before I do this. Heads up, I'm half chewing on a, oh my god, I'm tired, what is it called? A cough drop. So if it sounds funny, it's like in the side of my cheek, if my cheek looks even puffier. So just wanted to put that out there. I probably shouldn't be doing that in a video, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So I just thought I'd do like, have a conversation time and kind of let you guys know what's going on, because I think it's weird. I've been very consistent about putting out 2 videos a day. Again, things that people don't know about me in real life. I think though, for viewers who watch, like for the people who watch me all the time, I think this is pretty like self-explanatory. Like it's probably very obvious. I'm a big type A personality. I'm a very disciplined person. In fact, that's probably, as weird as it sounds, one of my downfalls is I'm disciplined. Like if I had a working body and I wanted to lose weight, I would be the person to go, like I would, if I, you know, met with somebody to help me lose weight. I'm so dumb right now. What is the word for that? Like a personal trainer, I'd be like, so listen, I need the opposite of drill sergeant shit because that's who I am to myself. And that is not a joke. Like I will be disciplined to where I kill myself. So I have to be very, very careful about that. But so I'll just kind of give you guys a quick update. So here's what's going on, because a lot of people have been like, you're not on You Now. I haven't been streaming, and aside from the videos, I've been hiding. And from my perspective, I'm like, if I'm putting up 2 videos a day, I don't think I'm hiding. But I think what I'm trying to remember is that I think people still remember the old Joy, I guess. And that might sound weird, but like, because it's like, well, it was only a year, 2 years ago. But so here's the thing is like, I'm somebody that wants to try to constantly evolve and change and better myself, like in all areas, if it's possible. You know, some things you can, or some things you have to be patient with, and that's fine. And in the process of that, like I've said this in videos, you know, just be patient with me because I'm still figuring things out. I'm still finding a balance with everything I'm now doing on YouTube. So from my perspective, 2 videos a day doesn't mean I'm hiding. But everybody used to know a Joy that would do a video or 2 a day and then stream and then be on You Now and do all of this stuff. And so I think it might look kind of confusing to people. Not everybody, you know, I think some people understand, but at the same time, I'm trying to be a lot more private. And I've talked about this before, but y'all don't even know. I went from, you know, just being a loudmouth about my life, this is several years ago, not understanding my own privacy. Like I didn't have a filter when I spoke, and I can still be that way sometimes. I have what I think is I have a lot more self-awareness than I used to. I went from that to like extreme privacy, and I've talked about this to where, like, you know, when I was with roommate, you know, back a few years ago, he was like, you don't even want to make it Facebook official, you know, and it's different for him because Facebook, he keeps up with friends and family, and for me, Facebook is more of like a big phone book for people I might want to keep in contact with, or, you know, work or past work and stuff. So it's very different. And I just had to kind of explain to him, you know, this is where I'm at, as well as there were other issues, like personal things when it came to that. Like I used to be, and I still get this way, I used to be really paranoid about wanting to talk too much about myself in terms of my accomplishments, because I found that a lot of times people would like, it's weird because in a work setting, they want you to talk yourself up. That's what like a work setting is about. I'd always hate when we go into like the getting to know you group meetings and shit, and they want you to stand up and kind of boost yourself, because my resume was pretty decent and people could get weird. So I would almost talk myself down and be really silly and goofy and fun, but then people wouldn't always respect me and step all over me when I do that. So like, and then I go on YouTube and I'm like, well, number one, I was out of my mind being sick. Like I was not a fully functioning person, which I had talked about back then. And I thought, okay, well, I'm gonna vlog, and I guess this is what you do. And I was so sick, I was scared I was gonna die, so I thought maybe my experience can help people. and y'all got a bunch of word vomit all the time. That's why I'm a lot more understanding and compassionate when people think based off of what they saw back then that I'm mentally ill. I get it. I totally get it. Between all of that and then the harassment all the time and the anxiety that had me under with everything else, I can understand how it appeared to people. But that's why, like, when I get some really sweet comments every so often of like, I didn't know you were back, I turned on you, I was mean to you, I didn't get it, I'm sorry. And I always, if you ever see a comment like that, or if you're somebody who leaves one, if I catch it, you're always gonna get, it's okay, it's water under the bridge. Because to the average person viewing, they would have had no clue. All the stuff, right? Like all the crazy amount of stuff that I was just trying to keep up with and deal with, and I didn't know how. like I think it's pretty obvious, I didn't know what the F I was doing. At all. I mean, I think it's weird. I had a paranoia about what the internet could be, and my paranoia was right. But at the same time, you know, this is part of like that new age philosophy. Some of the ideas I still hold on to, which by the way, I'm going to be putting up a video at some point about, am I still an indigo child, and my beliefs, because people keep asking me, just kind of maybe to help people understand. But the way the new age mindset deals with stuff is like, if it's fear, you have to hit your fear head on and conquer your fear, and fear is an illusion. And while I like the concept and I agree with the concept overall, the problem is every situation is different. Some fear is justified. It's about how to deal with it, if that makes sense. So I went from being terrified of something like YouTube, which is why I didn't do it for years. Like, I didn't do it for years even though I thought I could be decent at this, right? So I didn't do it for years at all. And then I switched back to when I finally did it and I got this great reception. And I was like, oh, well shit, I had nothing to be worried about. Okay, this is cool. And then I went the other extreme until the craziness started. And I didn't realize the build up and the ramp up to the craziness that was coming, because I didn't have experience on YouTube. I really didn't. Like, experience in the business world, different things, but not YouTube. So it's been a big learning curve, a big learning curve. So why have I been hiding? And I've talked a little bit about it, if that's what people want to look at it as. Like, I don't think I've streamed in like 2 or 3 weeks. So I'll kind of explain what's going on and where I'm at and the changes that I'm making. So over the last, you guys know, it's no fucking secret on this channel, I've got chronic illness issues, and I think it's no illness. It's no secret that it's been getting better. We're inching there. Like, you guys, I don't know if you see a change, but I think there's, aside from dealing with the harassment better, which is just fewer and fewer, there's a lot less anxiety surrounding that, because at this point it's like, well, everybody's threatened and taken everything. Like, I have no privacy anymore, so there's nothing to be scared of. Like, honestly, at this point, somebody could show up to my house with a gun and I wouldn't, like, I'm not gonna like it, obviously, but I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh and be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Come in, have a cup of coffee, sit down, and let's talk this out if you're upset. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm obviously gonna call the police, but like, I'm just, everything that they've threatened, it's just, I've gone through it enough now and processed, it doesn't bother me at all. And then the people around me, it doesn't fucking bother me. They're still trying, I don't care. I really don't. So I'm sure you guys have seen that change. Here's another change that I am trying to deal with. And this is how I used to be. When I'm going through something, typically I get very quiet. I get very quiet. And the reason is, and you guys didn't see this before on YouTube, so this isn't something you would know, unless you knew me back then, you wouldn't know about my real life. And the reason is, I have the mindset, like, even roommate, like, we've gone back and forth about him being like, you've got to open up, you've got to talk, you've got to ask for help. And what happens is, in my mind, it's like, if I'm going through something that I can't control and that I can't change, why bitch about it? Why bitch about it? Unless there's a possible good outcome. In my younger years, I was that person, and a lot of us did this. If something happened, I didn't know how to deal with it, so I'd call 10 friends and talk to them about it, or maybe not 10, I'm exaggerating, 2 or 3 friends, and I gotta talk it out, and I had this thing of like, I've gotta fix it, if I don't fix it, it's gonna get worse. And I was very big on, if I saw an issue, I kind of obsessively had to fix it. as I got older, I realized, and I'm talking about out of my early mid-20s, I didn't want to be that person. I wanted to be emotionally very self-reliant. So when I go through something, I want to be able to just internalize it and deal with it on my own. And I went the other extreme and almost probably too much to where, roommate still sometimes doesn't know what's going on with me unless I'm at the point where I'm like, hey, can you drop me off at the ER? Thanks. And physically or otherwise, we've had this debate several times. It's not really argument. We don't really argue, but we've had heated discussion about him being like, why didn't you tell me what was going on? Why didn't you tell me how I was feeling? Blah, 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 blah. Like, here's a fun story. Oh my God. So, harassers, turn up your ears because you're going to love this one. When I first got to Oklahoma, or when roommate had come and pick me up because I was so sick, I don't think I explained, he knew how sick I was. Like, he was having to help me walk. Not even kidding sometimes and now I believe now I know what was going on. It was like the heavy metal flare-ups were so bad and the pain was so bad and the inflammation, and mix that with all the heart issues I was having and everything else and the weakness, I couldn't walk. And a lot of times, and so he would be helping me walk to the bathroom, walk to the car, and this is when I was still really tiny. So that can happen now, but it's more from inflammation, and it's not the heart stuff is gone, mostly. And I'm so grateful because that was the scariest part. That was the scariest shit. So now it's just more very uncomfortable, very irritating. Sometimes, depending on what's going on, I can feel like the faint possible blackout stuff, but it's so few and far between. That was the scariest shit to me. So fucking grateful. But when he first got me, and this was in summer 2016, I was still trying to be independent while fighting blackouts and all of these and heart issues all the time. And I had this instinctual want to go out and go jogging and go running in nature. And where we lived, there was just a lot of nature and shit. And so but what would happen is sometimes when I was out there by myself, being stubborn because I didn't want to think that I couldn't do things, even though I kind of knew I couldn't, I might start having a collapse or a health issue. Typically it would happen after the workout. And actually, thank God I did that because because at that time, all that sweating was probably helping get this excess of heavy metal out of my system that I didn't know I had because we didn't know what was going on then. So I would call him a lot of times and, towards the end of his day or even at work. And he's told me, he was like, yeah, you can call me. It's fine. His work is very lax. And I'd be like, hey, when are you coming home? And I'd sound really panicked about it. When are you coming back? When are you coming back? And about a month into that, and my thing was I'd be fighting a blackout issue and I would just be trying to deal with it. But from his perspective, because he didn't know how bad it was because I wasn't talking, we had to talk and he was like, you're getting kind of controlling. And it's funny because y'all don't know me in a relationship. I'm the most open human being in a relationship. I'm the most non-jealous. I'm so lackadaisical. I've had boyfriends get offended about it, and I'm just I'm of the mindset I trust the person I'm with, and if I can't trust you, I shouldn't be with you. And I'm not intimidated or jealous of other people that I've only had a couple people in my life I've actually really been jealous of, really been jealous, but we're talking they're amazing individuals. And it wasn't in a relationship setting. So I'll do a story time about that one day. There's just one person, there's just really one person I've been jealous of, and one of the best people, one of the best human beings, period. Just wonderful human being. It's weird. I have so many story times that I'm sitting on that I haven't talked about because I'd be like, people are going to immediately call me a liar. Even though I have evidence and I'm 100% being real, but then I don't want to disrespect people's privacy. So I've kind of not done a lot of what I think could be some cool story times because y'all know the people that watch me. And I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't think anybody's going to believe me. Even though I have all this evidence, people aren't going to believe me. That's just how it works with me. I still get she hasn't put out her medical records yet. And I'm like, yeah, I have. A couple times. So it's I realize that that's just always going to be there. But anyways, I'm digressing. So I hope you guys like these. This is just kind of me sitting down with y'all, having a chai tea latte, shooting the shit and updating y'all. I hope you do. People seem to like them, but to me it could get boring because it's just me rambling. But as long as y'all are entertained, then I'm good. Like, let me know in the comments if you enjoy this shit. Okay, so anyways, he thought I was being, like, controlling or not trusting him by wanting to know, like, by constantly asking, when are you coming home, when are you coming home, when are you coming home, or thought there was even something weird going on with me. And I had to explain to him, I'm like, it's because I'm fighting collapses, and knowing when you're coming gives me a reference when I'm trying not to black out or trying to get through this, because you being here it helps thinking that if something happens, there's somebody here, right? Which that's probably fucking normal. And my battery's about to die. Shit, I'm gonna lose all this. Okay, I think that's okay now. I hate these when I have to do any cuts, not because like the editing is super simple, but I like to more have a kind of a continuous flow when I talk to y'all. It helps me, and hopefully it's better for you, but whatever, I should just be grateful that I even have this fucking camera and this light, and that's what I'm going to focus on. Okay, so what was I talking about? Oh, so I had to explain to him why I was so hyper focused on when he was coming home, because things were so bad physically. And he was like, I didn't know. I'm like, how do you not know? And he's like, you don't talk to me about when you're going through physical stuff. You know, you don't talk about this stuff. And it's weird because, and this is something I had to understand about myself, that when it comes to everything else on the planet, I'm incredibly direct. And when it comes to the people like that are really close to me, I can be very passive because I just want to be the helper and the fixer and the lover. So it's weird because like there's this very strange dichotomy with that, and that's something that I have, you know, over the last couple years as roommate has brought it up and been looking at, and I'm getting better at. Now obviously we don't have that issue anymore. That was 2 years ago at the time where I thought I'm probably not going to make it out of what's going on. That's how bad it was. Like when I don't have the energy to walk, and when I'm going to the bathroom on myself, like it's a very humbling experience, and I'm not, thank God, I'm worlds away from that. And I hope, God hope I never have to get back to that place ever again, or at least if I do, it's going to be when I'm much older and it's my time. But you know, who the fuck is to judge when somebody's time is? Not to get all morbid on you, but if you go through enough life challenging shit or health shit, those are things that you learn to face and learn to accept. At least that's something I have been doing, which has helped the anxiety a lot. It's like, well, it's my fucking time, y'all. Whatever's out there, please just make it painless, or as painless as possible. I don't know if that can be painless though. Can it? I don't know. These are things I've been like, these are inner workings I've been contemplating on lately, about if it happens, if it did. But okay, so what's been going on is that there are a couple things. I have been dealing with a lot of anxiety financially, and I don't like talking about it, and I'm not going to talk about it much because I'm still okay, but I'm getting to where soon I won't be. I will not be taking any donations from so please don't. I'm only telling y'all what's going on with me. I'm not saying because people go, you're eliciting sympathy. No, I'm just updating people because a lot of my audience, you guys are wonderful, caring people, and you can tell when something's up, and you guys get worried, and I appreciate it, but I don't want to worry you. So there will be no fundraisers or anything like that. That's not an issue whatsoever. I'm not in any dire straits, but I've blown through the majority of anything I saved up over this last year trying to get better, which is normal, you know, and it's not like I have that much, and you know, roommate's been forcefully helping me, which I don't like, but he is a wonderful fucking person, and he reminds me, you did it for me, I'm doing it for you, but I don't know. I like to be the one running around helping people, but I guess this is a lesson I have to learn. I have to receive, and receive in a positive way, because I've received a lot in negative ways. So those I guess are, you know, those are conversations for later. But I'm doing so much digressing. So to try to shorten it up, I've had financial anxiety and wanting to grow the YouTube channel, and I think I've been more and more letting go of the anger of what happened and accepting it. And I think I told y'all, like, it's gonna take time, and I'll get into that more in a second. But I'm now looking at the reality of the situation, and I am just getting by on YouTube, and I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful. I'm just doing enough so I can pay everything I need to, specifically through AdSense. I'm incredibly grateful to you guys for that. Thank you everybody who watches me, and thank you. Like, you know, my views seem to be mostly doing okay considering, you know, the size of my audience. I'm grateful. I'm really grateful. And I am sad. I know one changes. I'm not in the comments right now, but that was something I've had to do over the last week because I've had to take care of myself. So I think it was like over a week ago, or was it like a week ago? That you guys saw the video where it's like, well, I went to the ER, so, and I don't want to make it a big deal, but I ended up going back last night. So what's been going on this week is that I've had something I can't kick, and it's giving me a sore throat and an ear infection and weakness and all kinds of stuff. And then on top of that, then here comes my stomach acting up, and I can't hold anything down. So all of those things at once, and I am not feeling well at all. And I'm gonna touch on this briefly because I was trying to figure out what to do with it. So I figure I'll touch on this briefly because I already really made a statement, so I don't think I have to say any more. But when I get really, really sick, over time, I am prone to errors and mistakes. And I made a huge error in a video recently. I face palmed so fucking hard. And part of it, and this is something that I'm gonna have to deal with because this is something that I don't think I dealt with head on the other channel, but I was also in a much worse physical space than I am now. So I kind of couldn't. I've been at odds a lot with understanding my physical limitations and knowing I am not creating the content I want to create. But I'm doing what I can with where I'm at. And that is the bottom line. If it were me, I would be doing a lot more, my videos would be funny, they would be upbeat, they would try to have a positive spin, and I'd be doing a lot more musical stuff. But I physically can't do all that right now. What I can do is I can sit in front of a camera and kind of give my opinion. And, I don't prefer that, but I'm having to work with the limitations that I have. And I've accepted that, right? But the problem is that if you get sick, to people who have chronic sickness or they have something, or let's just say you had a cold for a couple weeks, you get emotionally burnt out. It takes an emotional toll. And I've had amazing things happen. Shane Dawson put me in the biggest docuseries on the planet. I have a little cameo in, and then he puts me in the description of my link. That's fucking amazing. Y'all didn't expect that. I go into things with no expectations, and I swear to God, when you learn to have no expectations is when miracles can happen. But I'm not well, I'm gonna not expect something and get it. I just go into something going, I know my potential, but I don't know how this is gonna go. Who the fuck would have thought that motherfucker would be watching me? He's like, I've watched you the whole time. I'm like, how the fuck do you know about me? People reminded me of my Onision videos, but I don't ever think I covered what he did to Shane. And I'll tell you why. It's no shade. It's that I didn't know much about Shane. I've been getting to know him over these last couple series. You would think he's one of the biggest YouTube stars on the planet, I would know, but I'm not one of those people who's kissing people's asses for where they're at. I've never been. I'm not just gonna like you because you're well known. I know fuck all about Jeffree Star other than his face looks like what I think Rainbow Brite wishes she could look like. It's just a palette of glittery awesomeness. I know nothing else, and that's just because I've seen pictures of him. I don't know people just because they're well known. So I never covered it. I knew Shane had worked with Onision. I knew they kissed because I'd kind of lightly followed Onision over the years, like I told you. And I knew he did little skits and had long hair, and he was a little cute bastard. That's all I knew about him. And then I knew that, and I'd seen some of the conspiracy videos, and I thought, well, that's a sweet little shit. I like him, but I wasn't a super fan. I've kind of become a super fan over just watching what he's doing because I'm I recognize a lot of myself in you. I get it. But between that and the better health thing, I have just been wanting to go gangbusters, and my body has literally put the brakes on, and it's frustrating because I've been working. Here's the thing. I don't think YouTube's a hard job. Mundane Matt just had a video where he was complaining doing YouTube full time is really hard. It's not hard in my opinion, and part of it is I love it, right? For what you guys don't know is YouTube is full time for me in the sense of I wake up and going to bed, it's constant YouTube for me, but I don't care. I love it. The hard part is when I'm sick. That's when it's hard. And so it's been hard coming back because I've been having some flare-ups and stuff. And a lot of that is that I have to figure out my own limitations again. It's almost like I'm well, I don't feel like I'm dying, so let's go full force, and I can't do that. And it's really, really frustrating. it's incredibly, incredibly frustrating because I could do a lot more at the channel, but I'm having these limitations. But I thought, I'm gonna fucking push through it. I'm gonna push through it. And I had been filming, what was it, a couple days ago, I'd filmed all day, and then Philip DeFranco's video comes out, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna make a response. I was on autopilot the whole time. I realize now when I'm on autopilot, I should not be filming. I can get by with stuff, but the problem is, like, part of the BetterHelp thing and why I'm slow to get stuff out, there's a lot of research. It's like, my goal is there's so much shit from everywhere, and then my own opinions, I'm trying to take it and put it into one place. But the moment one story breaks, as soon as I start getting the research to film, 2 more have broke. It's this crazy rabbit hole that never stops. And with some of this, I want to be as, like even Peter Munn. Some of this stuff, I want to be as accurate as I can be, because I'm not going to be like him and just throw out accusations and then go shade and fan myself. I don't want to be that person. So I was not well, and I'm not in my right mental mind in terms of, like, when I say mental, in terms of like being able to really process information or communicate well. And I did the video, and you guys have seen this, like, and shit, it just almost happened again. So I'll do another little explanation. What do I have? I have a Canon, I have to look at it, EOS Rebel T51. Is that enough info, or is there more letters or numbers I'm forgetting? That's what it says on there, and I can't, like, I can't read it from here. I see the Canon, because it's kind of bigger, and it's got the, in like whitish silver letters. Off to the side, the TO5S1, whatever that is, I can't read it from here. Same goes for my battery. You guys have seen this in my videos. I've had consistent issues where all of a sudden I'm like, and my battery went dead, and I lost stuff. And I'll say, if I repeat myself, it's because I don't know if I'd said this before. So here's how it works for my camera. I don't know about everybody else, but for my camera records things in chunks of 4.28 gigabytes, I believe. So what happens is, like, okay, so if I'm talking, this video might be 12 gigabytes long, maybe. Like, if it's, okay, so let's see, somewhere in the 30-minute video, this might be 12-ish, 10, 12 gigabytes long. So what happens is, when I'm recording and it hits 4.28 gigabytes, it stores on the card. So what happens is, if my card either gets filled up, or, and this is the one that happens the most, got an itch. Okay, if my battery dies, then whatever I'm recording that hasn't hit the 4.28 mark is gone. That means 10 minutes of footage could be gone, because I think like 4.28 equals about 12 minutes of footage. Roughly. Don't quote me, this is just what I've seen. I'm not a mathematician though, so just heads up. They're gonna go, no, it's actually like 11, she's lying again. People are people. Yeah, and they're apparently, I just made fun of somebody disabled, and I'm not, that's just my stupid voice. I just have a stupid voice. You know, most people in their stupid voice, everything goes nasal, and that's what I'm doing. Anyway, so, where was it going with that? Oh, okay, so the battery goes dead, and then it's all gone. So what happened was, I did a video where my intention was to showcase, because people kept throwing out, it's pyramid scheme, to showcase how I think it could be, but that we don't have all the information. And that is not what happened. Oh my God, that is not what happened. That is not how it came across. And you didn't see it in there because I had done the editing and cuts and didn't want to talk about, like when I'm doing videos like this, I'll be like, my fucking battery. But I lost about 10 minutes of footage where I explained it in depth and detail. The problem is, and I didn't realize this because I wasn't being fully aware of what I was doing, because I was feeling really, really sick, and I'd been on a sick streak for a while. The problem is that when I did actually talk about it, and I did say I believe, or I think it's this, or I think it's that, but I did it in a way where I think it came across matter-of-factly. This is something I'm trying to work on, because I can be talking that opinion and speak really self-assuredly to where I think people think that I'm saying my opinion equals a fact. And again, these are things of just personality traits that I am trying to become aware of. Like you guys will see it. I'm trying to catch myself if I start being preachy and trying to backtrack, like, because these are habits, and some of I don't want these as habits. I don't like these, but habits sometimes, especially if they're deep rooted, but no matter if you got them from growing up, or your family, or your environment, or the people around you, or whatever, or self-defense mechanisms, you know, it takes a while to unravel. It takes a while to sometimes catch it. And when I'm sick, I'm probably not going to catch anything. Like when I'm really sick and I was talking to my friend the other night and I'm like, am I being bitchy? I don't know if I sound bitchy. I'm sorry. I hope I don't sound mean. And my friend is like, no, not at all. Why the fuck would you think that? And I'm like, because when I get sick, I don't know how I'm coming across. Because sometimes I feel so miserable that I think I'm just coming across miserable and I don't want to be that person, or I'm coming across rude and I don't want to do that either. So I try to get really hyper aware, but that was a night I was not hyper aware and I had little awareness. I was just trying to push through thinking I can do it, my type A personality. And when I listened back to the video, I didn't catch the mistakes. So I think 3 different places I'm talking about how it could be a pyramid scheme. That was my intention. Didn't come across that way at all to y'all. And then I left out the 10 minutes of explanation. And at one point I even kind of started to explain it and I didn't explain it well. And I didn't realize until I got in bed and I was like, let's just look. I'm not in the comments much, but I'm like, let me look over the comments, and the dislikes are down. I'm like, oh wow, okay. And I'm looking at the comments and I'm like, what are they talking about? Did they watch the same video I did? And I listened back and I facepalmed really hard. And I started to panic. I'm like, oh no, oh no, oh no, I fucked up. This is another thing you guys don't realize. I'm really hard on myself when I make a mistake. I've gotten a thick skin to everything else, but I'm trying to learn a thick skin to when I fuck up. And what I mean by that is it doesn't mean take accountability. I mean, I will really beat myself up. So for the last couple days since this happened, you know, I very quickly tried to remedy the situation where, because people have asked, I did take the video down and I re-uploaded it. I took out the pyramid parts and I did a 5-minute kind of explanation. So I went through some of this with you guys, because I wanted to be honest, and I apologize. Because the thing is like, even, it doesn't matter if I'm sick or not, I have to take responsibility for my actions, period. Yes, these are the extenuating circumstances. Yes, these are the limitations, but at the end of the day, like, I still have to take responsibility for me. It's not a justification. They're just explanations that people are like, why'd you do that? So, that's why. And it made me stop and pause. And I went, I want to Superman this shit. I want to, what's it called? Sorry. I want to, come on brain. This is it. I want to type A the situation on YouTube and I can't. And I think what happens is I'm so celebratory of where my body is now and that it's better. It's worlds better than what it was, that sometimes I still think I'm take on the world kind of energy and I can do everything. And the limitations are still there. And believe me, I felt really, really bad. And I actually woke roommate up really late and I was like, because I figured it out around like 2, 3 in the morning. I'm like, I don't know what to do. YouTube editing is awful. And then if I just edit it out, then people are gonna think I'm hiding something and I'm not trying to. But I'm like, and this is the other thing. I'm always willing to own up. I don't care if it embarrasses me. I would rather be embarrassed and make sure I'm doing the right thing by everybody. Like, I think, it's gonna sound weird, it's taken me till now to realize I'm small potatoes on YouTube. I've always known that. But here's what I want y'all to understand. I've always felt that way. So even though in like 6 months I got something like 15 million views, I think, total, that never hit. Having over 60,000 subscribers and on my way to 100, that never hit. It never fully hit me. I still felt like I had 1,000 subs and was friends with everybody. And I think that was very confusing to people. It never processed. And I think the other thing that never processed was, and again, I'm not saying that I think I'm hot shit or I ever thought that, but when you have an audience, there's a responsibility. Even if it's 1,000 people, there's a responsibility to that. I think because of everything going on with me back then, that never registered. It never registered. So I was still operating from, I've got 500 subs and I'm getting to know everybody in the comments, 500,000. It never hit. And now I think, taking time away, I understand, okay, I have 15 going on 16,000 subs. I'm hoping by the end of the year we can do 20. We'll see if I'm lucky enough. You know, by around Christmas, that would be a goal, but who knows if I'll reach it, I don't know. I'm grateful for what I have. But it's hit me what kind of responsibility this is and what this means in my life and the lives of the people that are watching me. And I felt really bad thinking, I don't want to intentionally give anybody the wrong information. What do I do? What do I do? And I felt really bad for a couple days and I got even quieter. And I've just been feeling worse and worse with whatever this is I can't kick. And I got to where I was like, all right, I'm kind of paranoid because what if I upload and I fuck it up? So I've had talks with friends and talks with roommate who said, if you are in that place and this is what I'm doing, then it's okay to, like, number one, take a fucking break. But number two, it's totally okay to just be. And so I realized, I thought to myself, I'm not going to communicate while I'm in this place with you guys because I need to do what I used to do, except now I'm trying to be in balance with it, where I was too extreme before. I need to just internalize all of this. And I said, I'm not going to talk about any of this until I'm better. I need to get better, and I need to be in a better frame of mind and emotions because I'm spent emotionally, I'm fried mentally, and I'm feeling all of this overwhelming guilt for my fuck up. Well, I don't want to put that on y'all. You know, I don't want to make a video just to appease my guilt. So I said, okay, I'm not going to talk about anything going on right now. I don't know if I really even need to, but people have been messaging me and they're worried and this and that. And I don't want to worry anybody. So I thought I'm just going to let people know. So last night, talking to a friend, and it hit, I just started getting really dizzy and really weak. And I was like, hey, and I was talking to my friend about it, and my friend was like, I think you should, you know, try to get eardrops and this sort of thing, because what I'm doing, it's either not working or I got to figure something out. And I got stomach sick a few times yesterday, and I was just like, I can't, I needed some help. So of course, because it's like midnight, I can't go to my doc. So I asked roommate, I'm like, I hate to ask this, can you drop me off at the ER? And he's sweet and he stays with me. And I was like, it's not a big deal. I mean, it is, because like I was feeling so weak and dizzy, it was starting to get scary. And I was just like, God damn it, I had my Pedialyte, my fucking Liquid Jolly Rancher. So we went up there, and some of they kind of like the place they go, that a lot of the staff knows me because I've been up there. And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, you know, the state of Oklahoma this year has tried to kill me, asthma and allergy wise. He's like, I know. So I told him the situation. They looked in my ear, and sure enough, it's red and inflamed. And so is my throat. So he's like, okay, he's like, so here's the thing. There's a viral thing going around, and it could be that if it's viral, you've just got to give it time. And he's like, but with all the other stuff that you've got going on, you might need some help. So once again, I just got one last week. He's like, how about some steroids? And I was like, well, here's the thing. I said, what if this is bacterial? And I said, in that case, could I get some antibacterial eardrops and see if that doesn't help? And he's like, yeah, sure, let's do that. And he's like, and if you don't, he's like, you know, the steroid, I took an oral steroid. This one was different than the shot they normally give. And it's just a one-time steroid. I think it starts with a D. I forget, D something, or D something. But he said, if in a week it's not better, you know, come back or go to your doctor and we'll figure it out. So, and I got antibiotic eardrops. And I got a lot of sleep. I feel worlds better. Worlds better. There's something about a steroid shot. I mean, well, I can't say, well, it's not a shot. This one was a pill, but I was going to say there's something about steroids that makes you feel good. Well, no, they're designed to. It gives your body a boost to be able to deal with whatever's going on. So I'm still sick, but it's a lot more manageable. Like, I feel like I can function. And so I woke up feeling pretty good, and that's where I was like, you know what, I'm going to give everybody an update because I don't want anybody to worry. So the other thing is, in feeling like shit lately, you know, I've been running myself into the ground and with my body, but trying to get this channel up and running to where I don't have any energy for anything else, including streaming. And I love streaming. I have so much fun streaming with you guys. I get to just talk and hang out, you know, on YouNow. If you're not with me on YouNow, Joey Sparkle BS on YouNow, I have to shoot the shit with everybody. Sometimes we have fun cameos, like from Jared. Those are my favorite because he's so silly. But, excuse me, half burp. And then another one. I don't know if you can consider that half one. It's 2 in a row. Okay, so that's what's been going on. The other thing too is that in this, because my throat is sore, I keep getting on the verge of where I'm feeling it. I'm gonna lose my voice. So I'm trying to conserve my voice as much as I can just for filming. Like, I want to be very disciplined with this channel. I want to make sure I consistently upload, and I'm consistently, like, literally, I wake up, I'm either filming or editing, I get the videos out, I'm in the comments, which I haven't been this week, and then it's constant research for the next videos, for next day's videos. And then maybe even trying to film additional videos in case I do get sick and go down, you know, so I can make sure and have other content. But like, God, there's so much stuff with BetterHelp I want to cover. It is so frustrating. I want to be all over this. It's impossible to keep up with it all. It's impossible. impossible. And there's a couple responses I want to do, like the quartering did a video I want to talk about and respond to. And I'm going to go more in depth with some of the stuff that I didn't before on the other video because I get sick, which is frustrating, but shit happens, obviously. So yeah. So where are we at time-wise? Oh shit, it's going to be a long video. Okay. I didn't want to rant and ramble too much. I just kind of wanted to let you guys know what was going on, let you know where I'm at, and let you know everything is okay. If I get quiet, I'm just going through stuff and processing it, and I'm learning how to do this and be on the internet. I'm learning what this is. Hold on one. I'm gonna let y'all guess the fun I just had. I need to not film when I wake up, because when I wake up, sometimes my body does lots of fun little weird things and I gotta take some breaks for a minute. Okay, but I'll shorten this up because this is really, really long. Just wanted to kind of give everybody an update. I'm not really sure where I was at with that, but you know, I want to make sure that I'm delivering the best content possible. And I know I can't actually do that in my own mind because I can't do what I want. But what I'm gonna have to do, and what I'm learning to do, is find the balance, because I'm not in the 9th circle of hell now. Yay! I'm in the 2nd, getting to the 1st. Okay, well, we're getting there. and where are my body's limitations? Where are my body's boundaries? And I have to continue, I've got to try to figure that and continue to be more respectful with that. I'm learning I cannot type A personality everything when it comes to health, unfortunately. So it's a balancing process. Something else I'll tell you guys briefly that I want to touch on as well. And I hope, because I just had to cut, I hope I got everything out that I wanted to from before. I think I did, yeah. So I think I did, but, and what was I going to say? Sorry, now I'm getting really, I just had some bathroom fun, so now I'm getting spacey. Oh, okay. So something I've been contemplating about lately, it's something I'm processing about my content and about me in general, is anger. And frustration. And I think I've been processing it well, I think. And something that I'm realizing is something that I miss from what I think I did before on the other channel for a lot of times or a while, is that I tried to look at everybody from a place of compassion. What sucks is, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, the rules of YouTube, the rules of the internet do not apply to real life. They don't. You have, and this is why I'm so glad Shane's doing this series. That's not me kissing his ass, but I have been talking about this before his series. This is something I've been frustrated about, is what I feel like it's kind of like the inbred not inbred, like everybody's inbred. No, I mean like the fact that we are growing up with, I believe, the possibility of more narcissistic traits as a generation, because we have access to all this technology and being able to get it out to the world, and we can have a fan base of people for having zero talent or even just sharing opinions and stuff. It's very, very different, and I think we are very, very young. I mean, in general, North America is a very young country. And people don't, I think, and it's funny because we don't think of ourselves that way, but like living in Europe and living in other places, when they have history, you walk into a building that's over 1,000 years old that's still operational, or a few hundred years old, or or whatever, you get a real sense and appreciation of history and of culture and of roots that I don't think we really have here. Especially with and I don't want to get too into it, but especially we have so many racial divides everywhere. We're such a melting pot. We have not yet come together as a society to really form a unique, defiable, rooted culture, in my opinion. And where was I going with that? I'm sorry guys, I'm getting spacey. So this is where my body's starting to have limitations. I should end this soon. We haven't really yet done that. And as a result, so we are this kind of ungrounded, unrooted culture, and we're getting access and inundated to technology and opportunities. we've never had before. Limitations on you know, talking to people, kind of time-space limitations in a sense, are being lifted. And it's almost like we're not yet mature enough as a society to deal with it. And I'm not trying to be like, oh, fuck America. I'm not trying to put people down. This is just what I see from what's going on. Oh, this is where it's going to. And as a result, we are, you know, swinging back and forth in the pendulum as a culture of how to deal with it. And I think we have a lot of people with a lot of narcissistic tendencies and maybe even sociopathy, let me get the words out. As a result, I'm not saying full blown, but at least tendencies. And I think these are things that are really, really good to be addressed. And I'm really, really happy Shane is doing his documentary. And with that, I'm having to take a look at myself because, like I said, I was talking to friends about this recently, and I've said this before. Sometimes it's hard to know what to do on the internet because the rules of the internet are different than the rules of real life. And I want to always try to be as real as possible, but I have to work in the confines and limitations of what is the technology we have and the culture we built around that technology. And where we were at as a society. You know, it doesn't mean I'm fully changing who I am. It means I have to structure. It's almost like, you know, if I go to a different country, I'm not going to change who I am, but I have to adapt to how they do things and, you know, incorporate myself as I can, as it's appropriate, and learn how to function in that. And I'm still in that place with this stuff. I'm still in that place with the internet. And I'm really been letting go a lot. And I think this is why you're seeing more fun videos from me, or fun-ish, of you know, hard commentary. I like commentary. It's fun. I mean, it's not my favorite thing, but it is fun. And I want to get back to trying to take a more compassionate look, but it's hard because you have so many people who just don't give a shit about anybody else. They are out for themselves. Attention whores. You have so much of that on this platform that sometimes if you give somebody an inch of compassion, they'll take your whole fucking channel. And you've seen shit happen with me. So I just want to let you guys know I am still finding the balance. I want to be myself, protect myself and my privacy, you know, and in the way that I feel is appropriate, and express myself within the rules of this platform and this cultural forum that we are still building. And it's not easy. So I just wanted to say, please keep being patient with me. I am looking at the criticism. I am taking it in. Like when I first came back, I was going really fucking hard. And it took a lot of tweets and friends and people in my sub circles and stuff to sit down and go, hey, love ya, support ya, we want you to know what's going on and how this looks. And I've tried to tone that down a lot. And I've also just been doing a lot of accepting, which is hard. Like, I think something that's hard is I do have down days. And they're fewer and far between, and I don't talk about them. But from the illness stuff, I'm like, my whole 30s has been spent being ill. I'm gonna have a midlife crisis as a result of illness. And what am I able to get through the other side of this? What is my life gonna be like? These are things that have also kind of, you know, I'm processing, and it's been on my mind. And the one thing I've told myself, and maybe this can help you, maybe it's not, but what I have to keep telling myself is there is a reason. There's a reason I've gone through this. There is a reason that from my new age terminology, I incarnated into a shitty family that doesn't give a shit whether I live or die, that wants the worst for me. There's a reason that, there's a reason that I put myself on YouTube. There's a reason this all happened. And as much as I dislike it, I am learning, I'm trying to learn this ultimate faith and trust while having respect to fucking living in reality, that there is a reason and there is an ultimate good, even if I can't see it, even if I don't know it, and even if in the end I don't like what it is. And I'm accepting, I'm kind of just doing this thing where I'm throwing up my arms in the air and accepting and looking at whatever God is or isn't and saying, okay, I accept whatever needs to happen. Just help guide me. How can I best be of service to people? How can I best be of service to myself? How can I be my best person while protecting myself? And it's a balance. It's a big, big balance that I am not going to learn overnight. And it's just something that is taking time. So there you go. I just wanted to kind of let you guys know where it was at because I don't want to worry anybody. If I'm quiet, I'm just probably really not feeling well and dealing with stuff, and I don't want to put that on you guys. I don't want to, I don't want to do that, and I think that was something I did before. But again, in my mind, I just made friends. I made a few friends on YouTube and was I was talking to a few friends on you now, not realizing, oh, there's 300 people in the chat. Like, it just didn't register, and I'm trying to be super, super responsible this time. Not that I wasn't before, I just didn't understand. I didn't understand it. And I think I couldn't even get to the point of understanding it because of all the other extenuating health shit and the harassment. It was like I couldn't ever get to that point because I was being inundated, you know? And that's not the case now. So I really want to take this opportunity and I want to do right by everyone and myself. And it's just going to take me time to get there. And I think you guys are going to start seeing more and more of the old joy that people enjoyed as I learn that balance and learn how to navigate in that. So that's it. I don't know if you're still watching, but if you are, thanks. A lot of talking. I'm going to go take care of myself now. But I just want to say I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. If you like it, leave a like. If you don't like it, leave a dislike. I try to look at everything and take it all in. And let me know what you think about some of the stuff that I'm updating you with. And I don't know if I had said this, but good news, the steroid shot, I'm feeling better. Steroids always make you feel better. And the eardrops, I'm feeling a lot better. My ear and my throat too, both feel a lot better today. Still not great, but feel a lot better. So I'm gonna do a lot of sleeping, still doing a lot of liquids and fluids. Oh, this is something else. This is a quick one I forgot to talk about. So another thing that I am trying to navigate is my own stubbornness with my health. What that means is that, and I think we all do this. I think we all do this when you are chronically ill or sometimes mentally ill. You hear about mentally ill people doing this. I think I've gotten stubborn and on I've been feeling better and better. And there have been times where I've skipped some of my medication a couple days, you know, my supplements, my medication, and then it kicks me in the ass. A part of me is like, I can do this on my own now. And that is something that I'm having to like be disciplined with. I mean, it's funny because again, super, super disciplined. I've been disciplined, but probably since I got back on YouTube over the last month, I think that I've been feeling good about being able to make money and contribute to society again a little bit and put all this stuff out there. And I've been A, so busy, and B, thinking, hey, maybe I don't need it now. And that is not the case. I still need everything I'm taking. So I have to get super, super disciplined. I have to get back again into being super, super disciplined with that and realizing my limitations. So it's another thing too. I think it's part of the stomach issues is I started, there were a few of my medications and supplements that are very powerful that I stopped to take, like I ran out and I just was busy and didn't think about it and didn't go refill it. And now getting it back in my system, it's, in the beginning, it's hard on your system. So that with the cold, I'm stressing my body and I've got to just relax and I've got to chill. And I've got to remember, I can't hit every trending story. I can't hit everything. What's important is not to grow the channel. What's important is to do right by myself and by you guys at all times. And I'm going to continue to kind of do my own spiritual prayer and meditation on that and try to incorporate that more into my life. And I apologize if I haven't. Just give me time. I'm a very large work in progress. Okay, I love you guys. Take care. See you soon. Blessings. Oh, don't be surprised if this week, because people have been saying this from time to time, I look like I'm shrinking. It's the steroids. The steroids make me pee and get out lots and lots of water and sweat and stuff. So that's just part of it. Just letting you guys know, it's not like there's some miraculous weight thing going on. It's probably just steroid induced. Oh, I don't know. Did I say with my stuff with the doc, they think it's viral because it's lasted this long and that there's viral shit like this going around. So I just gotta get out of my system. And if you guys don't hear if I don't upload videos every day, if y'all don't hear from me, just know right now it's just illness stuff. I feel great today because of the steroid, but I know how steroids operate. It means, in a couple days I might still have this and not feel as good, but we'll see. So in this time, I will try to relax and just try to get stuff done so I have consistent content for you guys. And yeah, I'm gonna shut up. Okay, I love you guys. Continue to be blessings to yourselves and blessings to others, and continue to try to find the joy, the sparkles, all the bullshit in the world. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Take care, and thank you for just watching and listening and chilling with me. And to my friends, you know who you are, who've been giving me great advice and helping me. I love y'all, and thank you. I would shout you out. People be cray. People be cray. Okay, take care, guys. Mwah. Goodbye.